All right, let me check my page, check my tags. All right, am I on now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm all the way live. All right, tune on in, everybody. Tune on in, tune in. Tune in, tune in. I'm looking on my page, here on all pages, please, brothers and sisters. Can you please share on all pages? Now, see, when I, Mintu,
Yeah.
that's not the title that I'm looking at. It should be the correct title that I text you.
Yeah, but you texted me that after you sent me the flyer, and I put what was on the flyer.
Hey, I got you on that, but right now
Can't change it. Can't change it, brother.
I'm talking about on Facebook, sir. You can press edit on Facebook and change it. Right now, it just get ready. Well, it says anyway. Anyway, leave it like it is. Leave it like it is. I ain't gonna complicate this too much. Everybody tune on in, tune on in. I'm looking at it. You have to hit the button for it to go live, right?
It's live. It's on my page, it's on the Indiana page.
Tag me again from your page. So I come up on my page twice.
All right.
Just tag me again.
Gotcha.
All right.
Wrong place to start some drama.
Okay, I'm looking for that tag.
Y'all know Mello? Skelly Boy.
I'm trying to tag both of you, both of your pages.
Yesterday, buying some Jordans at Fox Hill.
Oh, you ain't tough over where y'all used to dance.
Used to?
All right, everybody mute their phone, please. Can you mute them? Mute everybody, please.
We need somebody to slide in.
Can you mute everybody out, please?
Yeah.
Maybe we just shoot you in the stomach. Like getting spades out.
Look, I thought we was past.
And tune on in. I'm looking. All right, I see some of y'all in. All right. Okay, I need one more tag, Mintu. I need one more tag direct from you, sir, then we can go.
Yeah, for some reason, Malik Zulu Shabazz not coming up.
Dr. Dash Malik.
That's up already. That's tagged in. You don't see it?
That's from his page. What about your page?
Yeah, my page is already tagged you.
I don't see nothing coming from Mintu.
All right. You'll see it in 2 seconds.
All right.
There we go.
There it is. All right, now we can get out. Now we can get out. Okay. It's tripping. It won't even let me find it. Okay. It's all right. Y'all keep sharing it. Black Power. Black Power. Everybody tune in. I won't be long, but I must be strong here and right to the point. I'm hoping y'all gonna get this message right tonight. I'm banned from Facebook right now. I guess I have run my mouth too much. Nothing coming from Mintu. All right. Just let everybody tune on in. Let's give a minute more to tune in. Nothing coming from Mintu. All right, Black Power. We're looking good. Let's go. Giving honor to God. Bear witness that regardless to land, label, or language. All right, Black Power. We look. Pardon me, Black Power. I bear witness that regardless to land, label, or language, that there is but one God. And we give honor to Chairman Hashim Nzinga and Minister and Dr. Khalid Muhammad for giving us this opportunity and for giving me this instruction to present what I'm about to present to you here tonight. My name is Malik Zulu Shabazz. I currently serve once again as the national chairman of the New Black Panther Party, and of course, of Black Lawyers for Justice, always. But specifically tonight, I come here to you on behalf of the New Black Panther Party Emergency Services Division. I come to you on behalf of the New Black Panther Party, but then also the New Black Panther Party Emergency Services Division for this emergency meeting. Again, it's kind of clandestine because it's not on my regular page. I've been blocked from my page. But we have to go forth with this meeting. So pay attention, because this meeting is all about the war in Ukraine and our Black people prepared. The war in Ukraine and our Black people prepared, and what we are doing in this hour. What we are doing, because we will not be just analyzing in this hour. We must analyze, we must have knowledge and education, but we will move beyond analyzing tonight, and we will give out instructions on how we are organizing. I'm hoping I have in this Zoom room, I'm hoping I have from England, Chairman Huey Rose, who has returned to the New Black Panther Party from England. And he's our international ambassador, and he is spearheading our European affairs in this Pan-African movement we have, the New Black Panther Party. I'm hoping that Huey is on. I'm hoping that Brother Elijah from Washington, D.C. is on, who is one of the leaders, the Emergency Services Division of the New Black Panther Party, survival specialist. Brother Elijah is somewhere on. I'm hoping Brother OC is on from Washington, D.C. Brother OC is on. Okay, and I want to give thanks here to open up to the leader of the Indiana New Black Panther Party, Brother Yasu Shakur, my brother. Greetings to you and thank you from Indiana, Brother Yasu, for helping us with this broadcast. Thank you, Brother Mintu. Thank you, Sister Khalida. Thank you to all of the officers of the New Black Panther Party, from my chief of staff, Dr. Adala Nzinga, all of the members of the defense teams and the members of the Central Committee, and all Panthers everywhere. Black power to all Panthers everywhere. This is a real message. And so we open up here by saying that, yes, the war is important. Absolutely, yes, the war in Ukraine directly affects Black people here in America, and it affects Africans in Ukraine and all over the world. Yes, it does. And we're getting prepared. We need to be more prepared, and we're getting prepared, and there are Africans and Black people in need. We have a mission, we have an assignment. We don't hold the line that the war doesn't matter to us. We don't hold that line, and I'll explain why that line, that teaching is false, that the war between Russia and Ukraine has nothing to do with us. That is not true, that is false, and I'm ready to throw down on that, because no effective commander or leader should ever say that based on the facts that we will present tonight. And so we contend here strongly that the health and the safety of Black people in America is at risk by what America is doing to Russia and by what Russia is responding and doing to Ukraine. Again, we say that our health and safety is in direct risk because of what America and NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, is doing to provoke Russia and also what Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, and the Russian army is doing to destabilize, occupy Ukraine. It's having a direct effect on our people here in America and in Africa. The question is, are we ready? Are we ready for emergencies? Are we ready for disaster? Are we ready for simple power outage, simple cyber attack, simple loss of phone coverage, simple disruption in daily services? And certainly, are we ready for a nuclear attack? Because Vladimir Putin has stated that he's ready for a nuclear attack and his finger is on the trigger. And according to the United States military, they're at level 3, DEFCON level 3, which is very high on the threat scale. And so we're not extremists. We're not even radical. This is responsible teaching, what I'm going to bring you here tonight. Let me make a few quick announcements and I'm going to keep it moving. On next Saturday in Charlotte, North Carolina, I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina on next Thursday. And I'm trying to get the information. Somebody please post it in the chat room also. Please post Charlotte in the chat room of the Facebook. Post it in your Facebook chat room for Charlotte, so people will know where I will be, because I'm coming to Charlotte, North Carolina to organize in Charlotte and to help the party and the Black Power movement get established in Charlotte, North Carolina. The new Black Panther Party, in conjunction with PANSOC, Panther Special Operations, under the leadership of General A.J. Frazier, and his followers will meet new Black Panther Party, North Carolina, South Carolina. I'm talking about Crystal Imamu, Major Black. I'm talking about DJ Face will be mixing in Charlotte, North Carolina. And shout out to young sister Monique, that new Black Panther blazing the trail. I want everybody that's in good standing with us and that respects us. I want to meet you live in person. I want to see all of those freedom fighters and Black Panthers that are in North Carolina. I want to see you in Charlotte at 5 o'clock for a private meeting. That's March 10th, Thursday, March 10th at the Hornets Nest Auditorium. The Hornets Nest Auditorium at 6301 Beatties Ford Road in Charlotte, North Carolina. That is Hornets Nest Park Auditorium, 6301 Beatties, Beatties, Beatties Fort Road in Charlotte, North Carolina. We want to see you there. All of you who want freedom and justice, whether you're Panthers or not, we want you to come to the meeting. But all of those who want to solidify this party and want to unite in this movement, which is rapidly uniting Black liberation forces all across America, I will meet you privately. If you're a soldier, if you're organizing, if you've been wanting to meet me, I want to meet you, because I'm all about organizing. And in Charlotte next Thursday. And we will be dealing with disaster preparations, community violence, racism, education, police abuse, missing persons, and being prepared for war. We are in war preparation time, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm a warrior lawyer, and I'm a war preparation commander in this hour. And so that, my friends, is at next Thursday in Charlotte. On April the 2nd, dear sisters and brothers, in New York City, on April the 2nd in New York City, That's Saturday, April 2nd on New York City. I want you to join me at the Alhambra Ballroom. I want you to join the New Black Panthers. I want you to join the Hebrew Israelites. I want you to join Sonetta Productions, our host, my brother Sonetta, for a heavyweight championship debate and a heavyweight championship fight. I'm blessed to be in the ring against one of the toughest debaters in the Black nation. And I'm blessed to be in the ring representing the Honorable Khalid Abdul Muhammad against some of the toughest street organizers and men of knowledge that we have on the scene. I'm talking about the ISP UK, and I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelites, who will be represented by Captain Tazariak. And all of their leaders up to the top will be there sitting on the front row. And we in the New Black Panther Party are coming from all around the Eastern region to be at the Alhambra Ballroom, located at 2116 Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard, 2116 Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard in New York City. In New York City, Saturday, April 2nd, for the heavyweight championship debate. The title is, Can We Trust Africa or Not? Can we trust the Bible or not? Can we trust Africa or not? And can we trust the Bible or not? And I will be representing the Pan-African position. I will be representing the position of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, one God, one aim, and one destiny. Africa for Africans at home or abroad. And I plan to stand up like a champion for Africa. And they say that I'm the undergod in the debate, that Captain Tazariak is a championship debater who has whooped Polite in debates and others. Well, I whooped Polite too in our debate. It was a decisive, strong victory, as I clearly won a decisive victory over him several years ago. But I'm not often to come out in debates, but this debate here, I want to be clear, is about Africa, it's about the Bible, but I'm about organizing this party and organizing New York City. And I'll be there to see all my friends who I haven't seen in years in New York, and all my comrades who've been asking and seeing me around the country. It's going to be a homecoming in New York. I'll have all my books for a book signing, and I'm going to be reorganizing New York City, Maine, Rhode Island, New England, New Jersey, Philadelphia, Delaware for the New Black Panther Party. I'm going to be on that mission. And I'm going to be teaching like I've never taught before. And I'm coming with a fire of facts. And I do not plan on being defeated by anyone. I have never been defeated in a Black debate on Black subjects by anybody, Black or white. But I don't take it lightly. These are tough men, and I'm going to be in preparing intensely to let them know that Black nationalism and Pan-Africanism that I teach from the Honorable Khalid Muhammad and from God Almighty is the best and the only solution. And so at the Alhambra Ballroom, tune in on April 2nd, Saturday, and you can go to Eventbrite and get your tickets. And I'm sure they're putting the flyer and the Eventbrite in the chat right now. Please put the flyer and the event in the chat right now. It's a heavyweight championship fight, Malik Zulu Shabazz against Captain Tazariak, and it's going to be serious knowledge, wisdom shared. The Hebrew Israelites are my brothers now. Shalom. Don't get me wrong. Y'all are my brothers. So after I get through whooping behind, we're going to shake and embrace, because we still love you. But we're going to have to win the debate, because we can't be defeated as the students of Khalid Muhammad. That would mean my teacher could be defeated. Black power? All right. Okay, so that's April 2nd, Saturday. If you want more information, go to Eventbrite, look in this chat, text 202-699-1046. Somebody put that in there. 202-699-1046. Join us in New York for the great debate, and I'll have my books of Khalid in New York. On Sunday, take notes. On Sunday, April 3rd, near New York, can't say exactly where, near New York, there will be East Regional Defense Training for the new Black Panther Party. East Regional Defense Training, we're training everywhere. Training in the Mid-Atlantic, training in the East, training in the South, training in the Central, training in the West. All praises is due to Allah for that great trainer who has set us on this course, the leader of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, my brother, my ally, that great leader and that great Black Panther also. I speak of General Babu X. Omowale of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, who has pioneered this attitude and demand for training. We're happy that the new Black Panther Party Defense Corps has stepped up. Shout out to Major Black. Shout out to Field Marshal Daryl Hawkins. Shout out to all of our officers, Sister Chuma as well. Shout out to all of our officers who participated in the February 19th national training in Lumberton, North Carolina, one of the greatest trainings that the Panther Party has had, and one of the greatest trainings we all have had, thanks to the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, thanks to the new Black Panther Party, thanks to Afro Tactical, thanks to Brother Nathan L., thanks to the unity, and to, most of all, thank you to those great trainers that trained on that day. I'm talking about Master Trainer Junior Oliver. Thank you, Mr. Oliver, for flying in. We honor you. We thank you. Thank you, Kwasi Asante, that great trainer from Anubis, which is under the leadership of General Amun Tekala Imhotep. Thank you for loaning us, Brother Kwasi Asante, Brother Kwasi Asante. He is a blessing to the Black nation. Thank him for Black Coalition training. Thank Brother Asante for the dry fire classes on Monday nights, and that will continue. Thank you for the constant online training. Thank you for the in-person training. Thank you for the selfless sacrifice that you have exhibited to all Black organizations, and in specific, the new Black Panther Party. On April 3rd, the mission continues in the East region in New York. There will be concealed carry classes in New York. Concealed carry classes. And so if you're trying to get your concealed carry permit in any one of the 50 states of the United States of America, you can take this class and take it back to your state, and you can qualify for your permit. You can text for if you want to be in on this class, April 3rd in New York. Come on, New York. Text 202-699-1046. That's live defense and survival training in New York City, Sunday, April 3rd, after the debate. I'll be there with you. There will also be, for if you're not in the concealed carry class, there will be live range training on that day. I'm hoping to see Brother Ironbound with us that day. There will be live training all day at a range in nearby New York City. You have to text 202-699-1046, or we'll see you in New York to clear you. So there will be range training. There will be a concealed carry class by Brother Ashanti first, and put the flyers in the boxes. Put his flyers, please, in the boxes for the training operations, because these are new Black Panther affiliated trainers. We're getting them in from all over the country. On March 19th, I'm looking for Stanley Gilbert. I'm looking for the Central Regional Commander and that great trainer, Brother Stanley Gilbert, who is a certified trainer. On March 19th, I need you to sign up for Brother Stanley's training. I need Brother Stanley, if he's on the line, to put his training information in. We want to attend that training coming up in Indianapolis. Bear with me, I'm coming to Ukraine, but I got it. This is all business, no rhetoric. Everything I'm dropping is straight revolutionary business. Okay, so Stanley Gilbert, Captain Stanley, we want to put his information in the box. Everybody, we want everybody that's in the central region and other places to train with Brother Stanley. He has an extensive itinerary that is well worth you participating and paying for. And it is a cost to it, but it's okay. We got vouchers. We want you to pay the cost because you have to invest in your defense. You must invest in your survival and defenses. But if you're having trouble, see Brother Stanley. We have vouchers. If you pay a portion or a majority of the fee, the new Black Panther Party Defense Corps will give a $50 voucher and add it to your training packet. We'll give you $50 voucher just for signing in, and sign in now. Don't waste our brother's time. He's serious and we serious. Back that training on the 19th because we're backing it from New Black Panther headquarters. Okay, Black Power, bear with me, man, because I'm trying to get this off. I'm not on long, but I got to get an agenda straight and get to this war. It's wartime for those of you who are listening. God damn it, bombs in the east and bombs might be coming to the west. Bombs in the east and bombs might be coming to the west. They at war in the east, and you've long ago been at war in the west. You may not be at war, but you damn sure in a war. All right. So that's April 2nd. That's Thursday, March 10th, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'll be there live. Saturday, March 19th in Indianapolis, be there with the Central Regional Master Trainer, Brother Stanley in Indianapolis. April 2nd, Alhambra Ballroom. Join me and get your tickets on Eventbrite because it's going to sell out in New York as we debate the Hebrew Israelites with a goal of building Black consciousness and bringing that Black Panther back to prominence in New York City and reorganizing the formerly greatest region in the Panther Party. The Eastern region was once the greatest. It shall rise again. And the third in New York is training. Sign in at 202-699-1046. Conceal carry training, range training. There will be paintball training, hand-to-hand training on the 3rd of New York. Text for more information. My last announcement is on April the 16th. April the 16th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Savannah Arts Ballroom in College Park near the airport. I hope I got that right, Sister Collida. Put the flyer and the information and the Eventbrite. It's the Black Power Hip Hop Showcase. April 16th, Black Power Hip Hop Showcase. Brother Obi Obafema last night, Brother Mintu and Brother Ahmad. Bless Brother Ahmad and his father who has passed to the ancestors. Let us give a meditation for Ahmad's father. And let's give a meditation for anyone who has experienced death or illness in their family. And I want to say to Brother Ahmad, my national assistant, brother, I love you, Black man. I love you with all my heart, brother, and I appreciate your support of the party and me. And you always have a brother in me, brother. You may have lost your dad, but I'm your big brother for life. Young Black man, love you, man. Brother Ahmad, my national assistant, and a great help to prisoners and to this organization. Okay, Black Power. April 16th is the Hip Hop Showcase. Brother Bun B of UGK, very well educated, who's a adjunct professor in Houston, I think it's Rice University, and he will be judging the contest. And we have about 20 rappers, 20 new rappers. I'm talking about Nasir of Lion of Judah Armed Forces. He's gonna be throwing on the mic. brother Obi Fama. He's going to be dropping heavy from Arkansas on the mic. And a whole lineup is coming out in a day or so of rappers who have texted us and sent us their music from all over the country. You're in. And you're going to go head to head with your comrades. And I'll be one of the judges. And Bun B will be one of the judges. And our brother Daryl Kelly, the conscious hip hop singer, will be one of the judges. And you all are going to set a new standard in hip hop lyrics on that day. It's going to be broadcast on channels all over. It's going to be on professional video streams all over. And we thank brother Taco Wolverine Shakur for helping us with this vision of going after the rappers. And we're going after the rappers. And on April 16th in Atlanta, you got to go into Eventbrite. Get your tickets now. Put the Eventbrite in. Put the event in, because they're going to be rapping all night long and preaching down Babylon all night long. And you are going to witness something that you have not witnessed, which is the mixture of Black power and revolutionary music, which is part of the new culture of the new Black Panther Party. We don't want any events anymore without music and culture and arts involved in what we do. And that's going to be a winning strategy for us as we go forward. April 16th, all roads lead to Atlanta. All roads lead to Atlanta for the National Black Power Hip Hop Showcase. Last chance. If you want in and you want to throw down and rock that mic, man, I might even, if I can get through it all I got to get through it, I might even rock that mic. I might even bring my turntables down there to Atlanta and get my old Zulu King Shabazz form back, if war doesn't destroy us in the meanwhile. All right? So that's April 16th in Atlanta, Georgia. Make your tickets, make your reservations. It's on. It's at the Savannah Ballroom near College Park. It's in your box. These are my announcements. If you want in, text 202-699-1046. 699-1046. Text, please. And you submit your music so you can get on the panel, because we're going to make history that night. The Ukraine. My subject is the Ukraine and the war on Ukraine, and are Black people properly prepared? And the new Black Panther Party is working overtime right now to be prepared. The new Black Panther Party Defense Corps and Emergency Services Division is right now on Code Red. We are on Code Red, which is the highest state of security alert for the Panther Party. One more thing, on April 17th in Dallas, Texas, I want you to contact the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. Huey Newton Gun Club on the 17th, because it's an all-women shooting competition. It's an all-women shooting training and competition sponsored by the great Huey Newton Gun Club under General Babu Omowale on April 17th in Dallas. So if you're not going to be in Atlanta, and you're a Black woman that's a freedom fighter, you got to be in Dallas, because there's training. God damn it, what are y'all training for? We're training for war, because we're already at war, and now we have to try to be in the war. Now, Black to the Ukraine. I said, when is he going to get to the Ukraine? We getting to the Ukraine. And we at the Ukraine. War has broken out in the East and in Eastern Europe. It has a lot to do with Black people, because it directly affects our safety. Let's get into it. Vladimir Putin, the leader of Russia, has decided that he had enough. Putin has decided that he had enough of the post-Cold World War order, and that he had enough of the decimation and the disintegration of the Soviet Union, and they had enough of the rise and the encroachment of NATO and its military forces on the Russian border states. In other words, I know that sounds complex. In other words, Vladimir Putin, who is the president of Russia, has declared that the United States and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, France, England, Germany, and now many more of the former Soviet Union clientele states were recruited by America and NATO to join NATO. That's the crux of the problem here, because I got to try to get to the crux of the problem. The crux of the problem here is that there was what they called the Eastern Bloc after World War II. There was the Eastern Bloc, East Germany, Hungary, Poland, of course, Ukraine, and the other Soviet republics. The word Soviet means worker. So you had the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic. At one point, you had the Chinese Soviet Socialist Republic, the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic. This is the influence of Russia and the influence of Russia after World War II, where there was the Eastern Bloc and the countries that Russia had captured and ruled over after World War II, and you have the Western or NATO or the Western European countries that were dominated over by the United States, so-called democracies, the so-called free world after World War II, okay? So you have these powers now, and up till 1991, and then after 1991, there was the fall of the Soviet Union. And those countries that you now see at play, Poland, Ukraine, others, Lithuania, Estonia, these are former Soviet states or their clientele states or border states of influence that now the United States and NATO went and recruited and made Russia's people they people. That's what Russia's pissed about. That Russia's saying that you took my men and made my men your men. You took my countries and armed them and faced your missiles and military and bases against me, Russia, and I'm pissed. And now I'm going to militarily push back and attack so I can retain my influence or my border states or my sphere of protection. That's Russia's argument. That's Putin's argument, okay? And therefore, the invasion has began. The missile attacks and other attacks have driven almost 1 million refugees out of Ukraine, and some of them are African. And the African Blacks in the Ukraine are being dogged out by racist Ukrainians. Africans in Ukraine are being dogged out by racist Ukrainians. Okay? I'm going to touch that. But Ukrainians, my sisters and brothers, are the same people as the Russian people. And so please don't be mistaken from me that the Ukrainian devil is worse than the Russian devil or is any different than the white American devil. Let me get this straight before we get started. The white American devil is no different than the Ukrainian devil, which is no different than the white Russian devil. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the white man is not just a devil, he's the devil. And Khalid Muhammad said that the white man oppresses black people in every world order, everywhere on the 196,940,000 square miles. Khalid Muhammad teaches us that everywhere on the 57,255,000 square miles of land coming up out of 139,685,000 square miles of water, that on that land mass, everywhere where there's the white-black dynamic, the white man oppresses black people. Where it's in a capitalist country, it's a white capitalist oppressing the black man in the capitalist country. Where it's a socialist country, it will be the white socialists on the top and the black socialists on the bottom. Where it's a communist country, it's a white communist on the top and the black communist is on the bottom. Where it's a Muslim country, it's a white Muslim on the top and a black Muslim on the bottom. If it's a Christian or a Catholic country, it's the white Christian and the white Catholic on the top and the black Christian and the black Catholic on the bottom. It's the white in the socialist country, white socialists on the top, black socialists on the bottom. God damn it, if it's in a Hebrew society, it's the white Hebrew or the white so-called Jew on the top and the black Hebrew and the black Jew on the bottom. Everywhere where it's the black-white dynamic, the white man oppresses and seeks the desire to kill black people everywhere because that's the way that Yaqub made him. That's the way that Yaqub grafted him. It took over 600 years on the island of Pelon to come up with a made man who genetically and biologically comes to birth as a result of the death of the darker, dominantly inferior black man and woman. So teaches Khalid Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that the white race comes to birth as a result of the systematic and genetic engineering from the original black people to a grafted, weaker white race. And it took 600 years to produce what you call Caucasian. Caucasian means weak-boned, weak-blooded, and stale-faced. Black power, I hope they don't cut me off or take me out of here longer, but if you don't hear the truth, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Everywhere on the planet Earth, the white man is oppressing the black man. Joe Biden is a devil and Vladimir Putin is a devil and Zelensky is a devil. The Pope of Rome is a devil. And so we waste no time here distinguishing devils from another. Let's get into the politics of it. Russia is an imperial nation and has been an imperial nation since the 17th century. America is an imperial nation seeking to broaden her imperial powers. Britain can't talk, she was a big imperial power. France can't talk, she was a big imperial power. All of them are imperial powers that have been fighting for land and territory since the 1700s. So if you want just some Russian history, now we know about American imperialism and how bad that is. We know about British colonialism. The sun never set on the British colonies. The red carpet is for the blood of the black, the red, and the yellow. The bloody Brits through cannon rifle and the goddamn Gatling gun oppressed and robbed and attacked in their armies our people all over the planet. But let's talk about Russia. Russia's an imperial empire long before the Soviet Union and communism. Russia was an expanding white imperial empire. And stop all this talk like the Russians ain't white. The Russians are right out of the Caucasus Mountains and the caves and the hills of Europe, and the same beatings that blacks receive in Ukraine, We have facts that they received the same harsh treatment in Russia after the fall of the Soviet Union. They the same people on both sides of the Ukrainian and Russian border. That's what they fighting about. That Putin claims Russia. Well, the black man is not the friend of any of them. And I don't care what you say Putin did as a KGB agent in 1973 in Angola, because in the politics between East and West, and in the political competition between the Soviet Union and their allies and America and their allies, many things were done for political reasons, but don't you get sweethearted by that at all. Joe Biden appointed a black Supreme Court justice. Joe Biden got a black woman as vice president. We're not cutting him a break for that, and we're not cutting no devils a break on this radio broadcast tonight. We're here to look out for African people. And yes, if you came to tune in, the new Black Panther Party Emergency Services and Relief Team is going in on the ground in Ukraine, going in on the ground in Poland, and we're going to that damn border, and we're sick and tired of seeing our people abused over there. We're not going to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it in a minute. God damn it, we're going in. It look like we're going in, right? We're going in. Time to get to that in a minute. Okay, but Russia is an imperial empire. They defeated the Ottoman Empire. Talk to me, Muslims. Systematically, they defeated the Ottoman Empire and drove them out of Turkey and all other areas of the Caucasus and Asia and all of them nations you see today, Kazakhstan and all of that. That's former Russian empire that was taken a long time ago, and they just won their quote unquote independence back. Russia has sought to dominate and has dominated, been the dominant power in what they call Eurasia, okay? And she has, although she has invaded many nations in the past. She's also been subject to invasion. I'm talking about Russia. Russia's been subject to invasion. It was Napoleon. Oh, no good Napoleon Bonaparte I that met his destruction in Russia. But Napoleon was one of the greatest military commanders in world history. I don't like him at all, but the facts bear out that Napoleon as a commander dominated Europe from the years of 1799 to 1815 till the British exiled Napoleon. Okay, but Napoleon won and his army dominated the Prussian states, later to be Russia, dominated the Prussian states, dominated Austria-Hungary and defeated all of their armies, dominated Austria, Hungary, Belgium, Spain, and dominated the whole European continent during the building of the French Empire. And Napoleon's last big battle was against Russia. In the meanwhile, he was defeated by that great warrior, that Haitian general Dessalines in Haiti. Prior to his defeat at the hands of Russia, the only general that outright defeated Napoleon was Dessalines. I hope somebody would put Dessalines' photo in there, because Dessalines and Haitian revolutionaries took on at least 40,000 of Napoleon's soldiers and what they call Santo Domingo at that time, what is later called the island of Haiti. And they rose up and they fought and they organized and they used guerrilla and military tactics to defeat the French and drive them off the island of Haiti in one of the greatest revolutions ever. So Black power to Dessalines, and the power of Dessalines that give you commanders out here power to know that you have in your DNA the defeat of one of the greatest white enemy generals of all time. I'm talking about Napoleon Bonaparte I. So study the Haitian Revolution. Napoleon went on to invade Russia, but he was stifled and he met the bitterness of the Russian winter, and he went in with 600,000 men and he came back with just 30,000. And to this day, Russia will claim that all of its political activities, all of its domination of other states around its area, like Ukraine, is due to its fear of invasion, such as the invasion that was levied against Russia by Napoleon. Later on came World War I. Russia was invaded again by Germany. Germany comes about as the consolidation of Prussia with the Confederation of German states, making it modern Russia. Thanks to the diplomacy, thanks to the diplomacy of a great man in their history called Otto von Bismarck. And so in World War I, Russia was invaded. In World War I, Germany attacked Russia, and similar circumstances took place in Europe that are similar to today, that exploded into a war where over 16 million were killed. 16 million were killed. We don't have to review all World War I history tonight. We know that Russia was invaded. The Archduke of Austria-Hungary was assassinated by a Serbian nationalist revolutionary. And when he assassinated the president of Austria-Hungary, that started World War I, because Russia came to the defense of Serbia, Germany came to the defense of Austria-Hungary. Similar circumstances, 16 million died. How many will die in this day and time? Okay, so after World War I, just bear with me for a minute, man, because it's necessary to study all military battlefields, all commanders, lieutenants. You must study military history if you are to be a military commander, and you must study military history in every theater. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Bear with me. Okay, so World War I, and out of the ashes of World War I comes a nationalist out of Germany named Adolf Hitler. And a nationalist from, let me make sure they ain't cutting me off, because I know I'm saying some stuff up in here. They've been cutting me off all week on Facebook. I'm trying not to get blocked again. All right, so I hope we rocking, hope we doing something. All right, Black Power, y'all. Spread this message, share it if you can. Get it out by any means necessary. Now, a nationalist rose up from a dead Germany who was defeated in World War I, a destroyed Germany, a demoralized Germany who was defeated at the end of World War I, but a nationalist rose up from the military ranks of the German army to form the Nazi Party, and later he became the chancellor and the leader of Germany. His name was Adolf Hitler. And I have studied the entire history of Adolf Hitler. I'm no fan of no good Adolf Hitler, but his history is worthy of study. Any nationalist who seeks to understand how you raise a dead nation to life, any nationalist who needs to understand the importance of nationalism in the resurrection of your people, your culture, and your country, you must study the career of Adolf Hitler, and must study the career and the rise of the Nazi Party in Germany. You must study the history of nationalism. Although our Black nationalism is totally different than white nationalism, I'll tell you in a minute, there's much value from studying the history of Adolf Hitler and Nazi Germany. At any rate, Hitler rose to power. And Hitler, after attacking Poland, and after defeating Poland, after attacking France in June of 1940 and defeating France, and on that fateful day of June 22nd, 1941, Adolf Hitler attacked the Soviet Union along a 1,000-mile front from the Balkans, from the Baltic to the Balkans. From the Baltic to the Balkans, 1,000 miles, and over 3 million men attacked the Soviet Union on June 22nd, 1941, leaving an indelible impression upon the Russian people and a mentality of the Russian people that they must protect themselves from invasion to secure their national sovereignty. Now, whether we agree on that is another subject, but that is their mentality. But it's fueled by the day of June 22nd, 1941, and the Germany's attack on Soviet Russia. Not to mention in 1939, Russia and Germany formed an alliance. All you hardcore communists who say that they so much against Nazism. Well, the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, the Molotov, the ambassador from the Soviet Union, Ribbentrop, the German representative, Pact of 1939, Hitler made a deal with Stalin. And Stalin made a deal with Hitler to divide up Europe. That pact was only broken when Germany attacked the Soviet Union and attacked them in lightning fast fashion and drove all the way to these areas now, Kiev and through the Ukraine. The Germans had whooped the Russians all up and down from the Baltic to the Balkans, and had whooped the Russians and beat the hell out of a numerically superior, tank superior Russian army and drove them all the way back to within 50 miles of Moscow, and entrapped them inside of the city of Leningrad and other areas. But this area of Ukraine was dominated by Nazis, was dominated by Germans. And many in Ukraine did side with Hitler, sided with Adolf Hitler and joined up with the Nazis when they thought that the Germans were going to defeat Russia. Many in Ukraine literally joined with the Nazis until they were turned on their heels and they were running with a flamethrower on their behinds when the Nazis started losing the war and the Russians came back through Ukraine to take it back. And so what are we saying here? That the Russian fear of attack or invasion based on historical facts, that's a real fear. When Putin says that Ukrainian people are like their cousins or they're one people, he's got a point. 1,000 years ago, around the year 1000 is when the so-called Slav people began. The Slavics began from the people of Rus, R-U-S. From Rus, you get Russia, okay? But that's the birthplace of the Slavic peoples is right around Kiev in the Ukraine, okay? And these are where the Russians chart their beginning. Ukraine contains at least 30% Russian people. That's they people. And the problem today is that America and NATO took advantage of the weakness of Russia after the fall of the Soviet Union and went and recruited all of Russia's former allies and made them military bases for NATO, which enraged Putin and causes him now to strike back. And then the strike back is tragic because, of course, innocent Africans are being involved. I'm gonna get to it. Just stick with me. Stick with me, please. You hear all these other people analyzing this on the TV screen. Hear it from your black brother up in here tonight. Okay, so when the Soviets and the Russians drove out Germans from Ukraine and liberated Ukraine from Nazi Germany, and who had committed a whole host of serious war crimes in Ukraine, then the Russians and Russian leadership take the posture, well, we've liberated Ukraine and they should be grateful to Russia, because if there was no Russia, and Russia did not, and the Soviets did not fight back, Ukraine would not be free. That's their argument. And so, and Russia does not like and is pissed off because what NATO has been doing in aggressively expanding armed military bases and converting all of those nations, Estonia, Lithuania, Ukraine, Poland, Romania, all of the Soviet Union former states, NATO went and dramatically expanded, armed them, and they wonder why this man is demanding that Ukraine not join NATO. I can't blame him. I would not tolerate American missiles 100 miles from my border. I would not tolerate American military bases in Ukraine if I was Russian. I'm not Russian, but I wouldn't go for that. And they don't go for that. That's just too much. That's too much American aggression. So we must say that American aggression is at the root of the problem there. Now, the invasion begins, okay? Putin is upset. He doesn't get his demands met about the withdrawal of either these military forces or a guarantee that Ukraine won't join NATO. And therefore, to establish his control, he launches a military attack. And he uses some of the same tricks that America uses when America launches a military attack. America lied on Saddam Hussein, lied that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction, and America went into Iraq and it was a disaster in Iraq. America lied on Gaddafi. America lied on Gaddafi, lied that he was abusing his people. America went in and attacked and destroyed Gaddafi, and a mess has been left in Libya. A mess has been left in Syria. A mess is left where America goes. Well, the Russian white man uses some of the same tactics too. It may be true that some Russian citizens in what they call Eastern Ukraine or the Donbass region or the republics of just in the Eastern Ukraine regions. I don't want to butcher the names of those two republics, but it is true that some of them were being shelled by Ukrainian armed forces. And it's also true they was doing some shelling. But it is also not true, Mr. Putin, that you have attacked the whole nation of Ukraine to protect Russians in Eastern Ukraine from attack. That is an imperialist pretext. It's an imperial pretext. And Russia spews out a lot of propaganda. I mean, all you got to do is go to TASS.com, TASS.com, the TASS news agency, and you will see the Russian government is all about propaganda, all about propaganda. So here's what's happening, my sisters and brothers. The attack on Ukraine has began. Yes, true, it's white on white violence. It's white folks killing white folks. And to that extent, it may not be our business. But when the attack on Ukraine began, the president of Russia said these words. I want you to hear me now. He said that if you attempt to interfere with what, I'm paraphrasing, if you attempt to interfere in our attack on Ukraine, that you will witness something in your history that you never have. He's speaking of nuclear weapons. He's speaking to the fact that America has bombed everybody, but nobody has bombed America. And when that threat was made, and when the other night, when the nuclear deterrence threat that he raised was raised, and when the DEFCON 3 level by America was raised, to DEFCON 3 nuclear threat level, then we as Black people in America knew that the mess that America had gotten herself into could affect us, her former slave, behind her borders. We are behind her borders, not by choice, but by force. We are inside of this Babylon, not by choice, but by force. And so if America and Russia get into it, and America is attacked by Russia, your family can get hurt. My family can get hurt. Our organization can be hurt. And we had to raise the question, are we prepared for war? Are we prepared for a nuclear attack to come upon the United States of America? Are we prepared for a cyber attack that knocks out the lights and knocks out the telephones and knocks out water and electricity inside of America? Are we prepared for this? As our leadership fervently got together, we weren't asleep, we wide awake. And the answer is, hell no, we weren't ready. And so the new Black Panther Party declared a code red because we take the threat of war serious. You don't know what America's doing. You don't know what America's doing abroad while you live inside of America. You don't know what these devils are doing. You don't know what the CIA is doing. You don't know what Joe Biden is doing. You don't know what the American foreign agents are doing. You don't know what they're doing abroad to oppress people, to cause them to attack America and to endanger the health and safety of your loved ones. You don't know how wicked America is, but I do. And some of us who are from the old school know on this phone line how wicked the United Snakes of America is. They might not let this out nowhere. I know they crushing all my feeds, But nobody knows this enemy but the ones who us, Black people who live inside of this beast, this bastard. Nobody knows us but the ones who experience the devil's punch bowl and the 20,000 mass graves in Natchez, Mississippi. Nobody knows the Black Holocaust, how they take a pregnant Black woman, cut her breasts off, take her arms, stretch them apart, tie horses or oxen to both legs, and tie horses or oxen to both legs to snare and rip the Black woman apart, the pregnant Black woman, rip her apart, snatch the baby from her womb and crush it with his wicked white boot heel. God damn it, Vladimir Putin, you might be mad at America, but you don't know America like we know America. I see you on the line, Huey Rose, in the spirit of Huey Newton. You're coming again in a minute. God, like Khalid Muhammad says, it's the goddamn United Snakes of America. Did America ask you for your consent before she signed Article 5 of NATO, promising that she would go to all-out nuclear war if Poland was attacked? Did your leadership ask for your consent for that? Did your leadership ask you to put yourself on the brink of nuclear war if one bomb falls on Lithuania from Russia? Did your leadership ask you that? No, your foreign policy people did that. Anyway, so here it is. We're at risk. We're at risk. And that's why tonight, the new Black Panther Party emergency survival team is on the line here, because we don't take no sides in the damn war except the Black side. Our side is the Black side. We're gonna protect Black people. And so we went on code red, we are on code red, and we are demanding that all of the Panthers, and really that the Black nationalist community, prepare itself for 100% survival in case of disaster. Survival in case of disaster. That all of these survival teachings you've been getting from these trainings, that the time has now come to pass, and you must be able to survive on your own in the wilderness for 30 days, 60 days, 6 months. You must be able to survive. You must have. I'm gonna bring my team on now. Y'all stick with me. I know I'm going long, but I know I'm saying something important tonight. If they ban me out of here for some months, let you know I'm giving you some final instructions. You must have MRE, meals ready to eat. And you must have 4 to 8 months supply of MRE. Huh? I got 8 months supply of MRE. You must have them. All you have to do is add water and it'll heat itself up. And if you don't have no way to prepare meals, you got some food here. There's other survival food, but I absolutely am demanding that we stock up on MRE. I got 8 months supply and I need more. Okay, I got supplies in the house, supplies in the basement. I got a mobile operations unit, a mobile operations truck in our RV, and it's getting ready to go in the case of emergency. Stacked with food, stacked with other equipment, stacked with some stuff. Stacked with some stuff. Let me move fast because I'm talking about the Panthers going into Ukraine in 1 minute. I'm gonna bring Huey on, then I'm gonna bring my survival team on. So stick with me, take notes. This ain't no damn YouTube show. Survival and emergency preparedness operations is the order of the day for all soldiers. Survival and emergency preparedness operations is the order of the day for all soldiers. You must have something to put in here. Whether you're a felon or not, God damn it, if it come to war, get the goddamn gun. Because all bets are off and the white man is the real felon on the planet Earth. How the hell is he gonna steal from everybody across the planet and then tell you you can't possess a firearm because you're a felon and the white man is a walking felon? Now you get something strong and good to go in here. AR-15, 5.56, or goddamn AK-47. And what I have to go in here, I will not be putting on the screen, and y'all won't know what I got. You goddamn spies and you goddamn agents. Some of y'all can do that, and some men in my position cannot do it. Cannot show you what's happening, but I'll show your ass what's happening. Black Power, you got to stock up on ammunition. Take your list now, and another list is coming. Stock up on the ammunition. Go buy all the ammunition you can find. Stock up on it right now. You must have, again, okay, so you got to have defense, weapons. You got to have ammunition. God damn it, you got to have knives and machetes. You got to have knives and machetes. You got to hand-to-hand combat. And if you get into a close quarter situation where you're not able to use that rifle or use that pistol, you got to be willing to take that machete, and you got to be able to kill in self-defense. You have to be willing and able to run off an attacker and right up through the goddamn kidneys in self-defense. You have to have self-defense, okay? You got to have walkie-talkies. Walkie-talkies. I hope Asante is listening, man. Walkie-talkies. We got a whole fresh sets here. We got fresh. I think it's Baofeng. B-A-O-F-E-N-G. We recommend B-A-O-F-E-N-G. Walkie-talkies. Walkie-talkies. Baofeng. Walkie-talkies. This is what we're recommending for the whole Black nation. So when we get together, we can get on the same channels. Same channels. When we get to June 19th in Natchez, Mississippi, when we get to the gathering of the great armies, the Black Holocaust Remembrance, June 19th in Mississippi, if we make it that far, we got to be on the same channel. We got to be on the same channels. We recommend Baofeng, and the number is UV5R. Baofeng, UV5R. Baofeng, UV5R. These are recommended by our trainers. These are the best. Oh, shoot. Come on, bring me back. All right. Oh, no funny stuff happening up in here tonight. Stick with me. Stick with me. Stick with me. Okay. So you got to have, I got a pack now of 5. I got a program pack of 6 that have been sent in the mail by Commander Asante. And I got the charging station. Got that charging station. Keep them charged. Got the charger for the vehicle. Okay. They say that they can reach 28 miles. I've been told that that will not happen. But every man needs to have one in his household. This is a survival plan for the household and the organizations. Okay, so I want to be able to reach my child and my family that's in my area in case of emergency. We must have, you must have first aid kits. First aid kits, and you must know first aid. We must all know first aid and CPR. First aid and CPR. Hold one second. Hold one second. Stick with me, man. Stick with me. You got to have first aid and CPR. You got to have first aid kits. You got to have them, plenty of them in your house, your bug out bag. I think they're coming on with the bug out bag, with the whole bug out bag. I got several of them. I got my own bug out bag, and I got others coming in the mail. Okay? But you got to have these in the bag, in the house, in the RV. You got to have emergency kits in your vehicles, so you can get your, and all of that. Automatic car starter. You got to have working fire extinguishers, wherever you are. You got to have first aid CPR. You got to know first aid. If you're a shooter, you might get shot. If you're in a military operation, you may be injured. You have to know, we have to know first aid and CPR certified. And so the new Black Panther Party Emergency Services is rapidly moving to offer first aid CPR certification for all that are in the party. Okay, Black Power. There's much more that we need. And I have others that are gonna come on to explain it. But there's all kind of things. We've been out at the surplus shops. Burn kits. Gotta have burn kits. Burn kits. You got turkey nets, gauze, turkey nets to stop the bleeding and stop the bleeding if somebody's injured. What if your child is injured or has a medical issue? You got to know first aid, CPR. You're going to know how to stop the bleeding. You got to be able to deal with the burns. Okay. This is just a sample of many of the things that you need. Do you have flashlights? Do you have batteries? Do you have lighters? Do you have water? Do you have toilet paper? This is a fraction of the water. Fraction of the water I got. I got 22 cases of water. I got a generator, 788 amps. Bad boy go 11 hours. I got backup gas cans. All right, so we all about survival and preparation. I'll bring them on in a minute, but that's where we are right now. Defense and survival preparations. Every household, every soldier, every unit is ordered in the Panther Party to bring itself up to 100% level of readiness to be able to survive fires, cyber attack, tornadoes, all the way up to nuclear disaster. We need safe houses, we need bunkers, and we don't intend to give up and just say we goddamn give up. That's not happening. No. We are in a war posture. We're on a war footing. We're on a survival mentality. Now we're gonna bring Huey up to the screen, please. Bring Huey on the screen, because I know he's in England. Please bring Huey Rose in, please. And I want to see, yeah, bring Huey, please. Okay. Okay, is Elijah from Washington, D.C. on? Brother Chairman Elijah.
Black Power.
Okay, Huey's on. Okay, Black Power. Great, great, great. All
How
right.
you doing, Black man?
I'm doing fine, my dear brother. Sisters and brothers, I want to bring on to you a veteran organizer and a longtime real brother of mine. I mean, we've traveled all over the world together, and we are both students of Dr. Khalid Muhammad. I mean, direct students. He's a direct student of Khalid Muhammad as I am, and he's my brother. He's the former United Kingdom or England a representative to the new Black Panther Party. He's gone on to do many great things in Gambia and around the world. He's met on occasion with the circle of Robert Mugabe and others. He makes solid moves on our behalf. He's back now in the new Black Panther Party. He gave me a call early this morning, and he tells me that on behalf of the party, that he and others are going in to go after our sisters and brothers who are being abused by these white racists in Ukraine. That he's going in. And that was great news to me. That was great news. And so the new Black Panther Party is going in. And Brother Huey is going to be spearheading this mission. And there are others in the Panther Party from around Europe and America that are going. There's some in America that are contacting us that are going. A special team is going. There's rumors I may go. Rumors I may not go. But we want to get the report now from what's going on in the ground. We've been seeing Black people slapped, kicked, pushed around, not able to leave the country, and the real face of these Ukrainian devils has come to light. And with that being stated, we're happy to know that we're going to get some action here from the new Black Panther Party. I present to you the return of the international ambassador of the new Black Panther Party and our European representative, and a man that I know I can trust to represent the party and me anywhere on the planet. I speak of the Honorable Huey Rose, fly from England. Hey, Black man, Black power.
Well, what a beautiful introduction, Black man. I
It's-
can't follow that at all. Yes,
That's all.
sir. It's great to be Black and giving all honor and praises and due to the Most High. Greetings and peace profound, positive vibrations for positive solutions. I speak to you in the dear words and not forgetting and never, ever letting down the most honorable Dr. Khalid Muhammad, whose name that we walk in and we represent. Black power.
Black power. Black power.
Yes, thank you, and thank you to your listening audience. I've been deeply affected by what is going on in Ukraine with our African brothers and sisters. And I feel it's a duty of the new Black Panther Party to assist them. I can't discuss battle plans on air. I can't discuss battle strategies on air, but I can say that we are going to be providing assistance to our brothers and sisters. At the moment, there's thousands of our African brothers and sisters who are currently stuck in Ukraine, similar to how our brothers and sisters were stuck in New Orleans. And it's a very serious situation because they're coming under fire, bombings and shootings, and they're having to go into bunkers and hide because they are going to be the last set of people that are rescued because the enemy is not interested in them. So at the moment, there's some brothers and sisters and others that are assisting in getting those brothers and sisters to safety. So I can announce to you around 500 of our brothers and sisters have been able to get through by road, by coach, by car, by train into bordering states such as Poland, Germany, and a couple of other places such as Slovakia. People are trying to also get into Yugoslavia, but when they get to the border, there's another problem. When they get to the train, there's a problem. They're getting pushed back. So at the current moment, if a black man goes to the train, he's pulled off the train by the train police guard at gunpoint, and the first priority is for the white Ukrainian to get on, the white woman Ukrainian to get on first, the white man Ukrainian to get on second, thirdly, the children, fourthly, their pets, and fifthly, the black man and black woman. So wherever we go in this world, we do not have any friends. We have no friends anywhere on the planet Earth. So we have to look for our own and look after our own. So we're going to need resources, we're going to need funds, we're going to need equipment, we're going to need all of the survival mechanisms that Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz just mentioned. We're going to need water, we're going to need supplies, clothing, blankets, shelter, and also fears to be able to get these people moving and get them out of Ukraine. Because at the moment, the majority of embassies for these African countries have not been assisting, have not been using their diplomatic status to get their citizens out of the country. The Indians flew their planes in and flew their people out. The Chinese flew their planes in, flew their people out. The only one that haven't been flown out is the Africans. Give credit to Jamaica. Jamaica flew out 25 Jamaican students who arrived safely in Kingston today. But according to my reports, there are several students from Jamaica that are stuck and could not leave out of Ukraine. So we're communicating on the ground with those persons, but there's still thousands of our brothers and sisters stuck in Ukraine, stuck in Poland, that want to come home. So we need your support. We need your resources. We need funds to be able to make things happen and to make their life easier. You can imagine as a student what it's like. You're in a strange country, you're only studying, and this happens to you, and you've got to run and grab your belongings and get out of town by sundown. So right now,
what do you say? Let me interject for a second here. What do you say to those that say, well, they shouldn't have been over there? They shouldn't have been in there.
Well, many of these students are going to these countries to study at universities where their countries do not provide that particular degree, don't provide that particular speciality. So we've got doctors that have gone there to study medicine. We've got architects, we've got engineers. And so a lot of these countries do not have the facilities for them to be able to take those studies there. So that is the reason why they're in Ukraine. And with all due respect, we should be able to go anywhere on the planet and study wherever we feel like. We shouldn't be limited to any particular country or to any particular border. If we've got the scholarship, if we paid for our fees, there's no problem in that person going there to study.
All right, let's get here. And I want to get Brother Elijah on the runway here to join in the conversation. Okay, so let me be clear here. You believe that the Panther Party Emergency Services Division, that we can be effective if we can be effective in helping Africans that are trying to get across the Ukrainian border. Is that correct?
100%.
Okay. And I have a group, I have some connections for you. I know another Black group that's there and here that are going. They'll be there next week. And we want to try to combine efforts. That's number one. And right now, I want brothers and sisters who are listening to know that we have a courageous man here on the line. We have Brother Huey Rose, and Huey Rose is ready to command a ground force. Brother, I got your boots and fatigues and your patches and all of that coming right away, if it can make it, because I know you're going to need the right gear. If you're going to get down and get respect and be effective, you're going to need the right gear. So we have that for you. We got to get that to you right away. Sisters and brothers, you hear it. We going in. We got a man here in England. How many miles away is that? How long is the flight to Poland?
3 hours.
3-hour flight. Okay, so the new Black Panther Party is represented. We're going in, and we got others, including many others. Many others, I believe, them students there will join this Panther Party, especially once they see you. We want y'all to text. We want y'all to support this effort. Text 202-699-1046. 202-699-1046. And we have a Cash App. The Cash App is $expenses 9986. Somebody type that in, please. $expenses 9986. Put that in on the Facebook, please. Expenses 9986. I mean, we are real soldiers doing a real work that's really needed right now. And things have to move. Planes have to move. Trucks have to move. Supplies have to move. We need to set up some relief supplies here for our African brothers and sisters. They giving things to Ukraine, but it ain't reaching Black folks because they discriminating against Black folks. Am I right? We got the Black supply line. We got a Black supply line from your own new Black Panther Party here headed to Ukraine. And we got soldiers on the ground. Some of you say you are elite and qualified to assist Brother Huey. If you're cleared, you can contact me directly. Everyone else, we just need everybody's support behind this boots on the ground mission. The Panther Party is boots on the ground going to get down. Brother Huey, stay in here right now. Stay in this conversation. This is Mr. Huey Rose. Bring up Brother Elijah with Brother Huey, please. Bring Elijah from Washington, D.C., local champion. Got Elijah or OC I'm looking for. Chris Rock, strike that. Elijah from D.C. Or I like OC if I can.
He has to turn on his camera.
Elijah, turn on your camera, brother. Turn on your camera, Brother Chairman. Please put a list of disaster and emergency supplies in the chat room. If you got a disaster emergency list, put it in the chat room. That we have a new Black Panther emergency services manual that is already drafted, that's coming out next week. We have a very impressive new Black Panther Party emergency services manual. Elijah, you got to go out and come back in or something. Come on. Because he's the man to prepare it, and I'll stick with you. Brother Huey, let's talk to Huey while we get Elijah back. Elijah, come on back so you can tell us, and let's talk to Huey again. Bring me Huey till we get Elijah back, please.
I'm here.
Okay, Brother Huey. Okay, how effective, you stated you can be effective. The new Black Panther Party on the European continent, can it catch on?
Yes, sir.
How strong can it be?
Well, I would say that the individuals that are there already, they may not be members, but they're walking in the light of a panther because of their effectiveness and what they're doing currently without any assistance, without any guidance. They're just getting up and doing. So to me, with some guidance and with some organizing, they can be very effective within the new Black Panther Party.
I see you making fast progress all over England and Europe because you're a veteran and you got an open spirit. And times in military times, the Panther Party does well. In times of conflict, in times of rescue, in times of trouble, the Panther Party does very well. And so this is our time. Did Elijah come back? Let me go to my text for a second. Hold on 1 second. Let me get Elijah back. Y'all hold with me 1 second. Mintu, is Elijah back?
He is. It seems like he's stuck. He's either away from the computer or his thing is off. His mic is off and his camera's off.
Okay. Who else you got?
Brother Spice is in there.
Okay, he's just watching the broadcast. Black Power, South Regional Minister of Defense, Brother Spice, my brother. All right. I'm hoping he checks back in. Okay, so let's talk about where we go from here. Okay, so we won't say when you're going, Mr. Rose. We won't say when you're going, but we know that it's imminent. And so everybody that wants to support, we need you to text 202-699-1046. I'm on the line with the leader of our delegation. Was that Elijah?
I'm trying to kick him out, then add him back in, but it's not working.
Okay, so for those that are watching, we're on the eve of the new Black Panther Party going in to support Africans that are being abused in Ukraine. This is not unfamiliar to us. We've been to inside Hurricane Katrina. Inside of Hurricane Katrina, we had at least 3 busloads of brothers and sisters we brought out of the hurricane while the water was still high and the bodies were still laying out on the ground. We conducted serious operations from the southern region of the new Black Panther Party. And I think we'll do well. I think we're going to do strong when it comes. I think we're going to make a contribution, I should say, during tornado season. Tornado season about to start ripping up Oklahoma, Arkansas, and all them states. And I'm expecting the new Black Panthers to not only be prepared in their own households, but to be prepared to help others. I have you on the line, and I'm getting ready to conclude with Brother Huey Rose. Let's look at his face again. That's with our brother, Brother Huey Rose, who's organizing in Europe and who's spearheading our operations to help our Ukrainian brothers and sisters who are in Ukraine, who are African. They are African sisters and brothers. Our position is clear. All Africans on the 196,940,000 square miles, they are sisters and our brothers. Even if they don't know it, they are sisters and our brothers. And Brother Huey, do you have any parting words before I give my last advice?
Yes, I just want for many of us to just tweet and also contact your embassies, contact your senators, contact your congressmen, to find out why they are not raising their voices to the racism and inequality and discrimination that our African brothers are experiencing there in Ukraine. Even NBA football stars are trying to get out of Ukraine and have been finding it hard. American basketball players are there. Some of them may have got through now, but it's not just our continental African brothers and sisters. African Americans are stuck in Ukraine. Black British are stuck in Ukraine. Caribbean brothers and sisters are stuck in Ukraine. So we need to appeal to them, for them to appeal to the Ukrainian authorities to let our people go. And so those of you that are good on social media, with Twitter, with WhatsApp, with Instagram, with TikTok, with Snapchat, we need you to spread that message and let's be on their neck and make sure that our people can get away free and get away safely to a safe place. Black Power.
All right, Black Power. This is your new Black Panther Party Emergency Services division that's going in, spearheaded by our international ambassador and European representative, Brother Commander Huey Rose. It's an honor. And I guess Elijah has not come back on. And so we want to reiterate the fact that we are on 24-hour survival defense preparations in the new Black Panther Party. Every officer, every chapter, every household is ordered, is hereby ordered to have its household completely ready for survival and disaster preparation, from basic power outages and phone outages all the way up to nuclear war. We must prepare. Tornado season is coming. We must prepare. Something happened in your house, you must prepare. You say you're a soldier, somebody get injured, you get injured. We must prepare until you reach 100% survival readiness. Vehicles, cars, supplies, backup, do not stop and do not turn around, because war is not coming, war is here. And if you're a revolutionary, you got to be ready to get out of here anyway in a moment's notice. If you're a revolutionary, you don't know what's going to happen, and you got to be ready to make a move quick, fast, and a hurry. And we've talked about defenses and ammunition and all of that. Last call is Elijah or anybody to come back. Okay, that's fine. And so we leave on out of here. These are our messages. Please, everybody, share this message constantly. Share it across the internet. We're on survival preparation time. We're boots on the ground, dealing with the Ukraine situation all the way live, boots on the ground. And we are organizing. Once again, on March 10th, next Thursday, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. On March the 19th, Brother Stanley is training in Indianapolis under the Indiana State Chapter. There's official training. On April 2nd, I debate the Hebrew Israelite leaders in New York. Great debate about Africa and the Bible. On the 3rd of Sunday of April, there's East Regional Defense Training. All of this is to help the East Region. East Regional Defense Training, concealed carry classes, and range shooting and paintball. On, I think it's April 24th, the Indianapolis chapter has paintball defense training. If I'm not mistaken, on April 24th, Indiana chapter under the leadership of Brother Yasu has paintball training. Shout out to Momoji Ajabu, my key political advisor. And on April 16th, we're in Atlanta, Georgia. We're in Atlanta, Georgia for the Black Power Hip Hop Showcase. All of this should be in the Facebook threads or these chat room threads. And on April 24th, again, there's paintball training in Indianapolis. I mean, we're organizing. on the legal front. Expect a legal attack on McDonald's. The McDonald's where they abused my client, Lachey McVeigh at McDonald's. October 16th, that white manager pulled that gun on him. Expect a legal attack is imminent and for it to come public because we're going after them. Expect that attack. Brother Huey, you said I had a legal request or a possible legal need for the Ukrainian situation. What was that? For the Africans in Ukrainian situation. What was that?
That was really so that those that are having problems when they get to the border with visa requirements and need to get into countries can have that legal representative to get in. Also, we will be instructing those African brothers and sisters to register now as war refugees. As war refugees under the UN Convention Act, they can enter a country as a war refugee, and that country has to take them in. So that means that if they line up at the American embassy, they have to be permitted into America under the War Refugee Act. So we instructed them not to go in as asylum seekers, but to go in as refugees that are fleeing a war. That gives them an entitlement to go into any European country or any country within America and a country of their choice, if they choose not to go back to their own country. So they have that right, and that legal expertise we probably need is someone who's strong on immigration, someone who's strong on citizenship, someone who's strong on visa requirements, etc., etc.
All right, we got our work cut out for us. We got lots of work. I'm assuming you're going to call me early in the morning because I want to link you up with some other brothers and sisters that I know that are mobilizing to Poland in this hour. I wanted to have a briefing. Makes no sense to do it. We'll brief together in the morning. I'm sure that you will reach me. And to the other sisters and brothers, I hope y'all take this seriously. We're organizing heavy in this hour, and we want everybody to be up to top speed in everything they're doing because we are in a war everywhere for the liberation of Black people. We thank you for listening to this special emergency broadcast. New Black Panther Party for Self-Defense and its Defense Corps and its emergency services. The New Black Panther Party has been given a bad name by our enemies. Our enemies have lied on us. They have slandered us. They have misrepresented what we do. This is part of what we do. New Black Panther Party is serious soldiers for the liberation of our people. They're giving their lives, and they will be given proper credit in history if I have anything to do with these great brothers and sisters that's given their time and their lives for our people. I will not let the enemy lie on them, and I damn sure won't let niggas destroy it. Black power, and I love you all. Black power. My name is Ali Shabazz. I'm going to serve here as long as Khalid Muhammad and Hashim Nzinga and the Black God tell me to, and my people. My brother, I love you. Welcome back to the party. Let's do it all over the planet. Black power.
Love you too. Black power.